Okay, I can definitely see him now. So welcome everybody. As I mentioned, we'll be pretty quick here and we'll forward this along afterward to anybody, to all of the hundreds of people we invited that are clearly not able to attend because they're busy doing all of the good work that we're trying to get done, right? All right, so we do have a couple things going on. This is our big one. It's the NIAAA video challenge. It's another PSA contest. It's usually over the summer, right, Lauren? I feel like it was the summer last year.
Yeah, which is somewhat silly because we don't have students in the summertime. So I sanction this move.
Yeah, it's great. They did move it up. So it does start at the end of the week. So it's a little bit shorter of a notice. You're just hearing about it because April is Friday, which I still can't wrap my hand around at all. But it's a super easy challenge, again, for students to enter with some pretty big prizes. Now it always says, you know, that we like them to be SADD students to enter, but if you have students that want to participate, just send them to Lauren or I, and we'll get them to be SADD students. We will make that conversion and make sure that they're able to enter the challenge.
The big beauty on this one too, we really pushed it with NIAAA to get them to notify the winners in May. So if you're planning on going to national conference, this is a great one to enter because you could be getting your funds in time to use it for Disney.
It's exciting. And it's
I wonder, is this something, oh, sorry.
Oh, go ahead.
I'm wondering if this is something that, I think you mentioned having connected with South Portland, SOPA Unite. Is this something that they would already know about?
So they entered it last year for us, but I have not made the rounds to do the official, like, hey, this is happening early. So yes, if you are in contact with them at all, bring it up. It's such a good way for them to potentially win some money. And we always struggle with folks entering contests. So I always try to tell them, like, there's a pretty good chance you could win something. Make the effort, you know, put it in. So and I know I've talked to definitely Renee about the Walt Disney World stuff. We're working pretty hard here to do some fundraising across the state to get folks. Renee, I'm still working on a couple of things that I need to touch base.
Okay, sounds good.
Offline. But we do have a couple of chapters that are interested in coming in Maine, and there's a lot of info on the website now. There's packets for advisors, students, parents. There's a fundraising packet. There's all sorts of great ideas how to, you know, get money. One of my chapters in Farmington is I raised about $3 grand already. So I'm hoping to kind of pick their brains and get some of what they've been doing. And I'll send that out to my other advisors. So that way you guys can kind of have the heads up for how, I think they are doing a GoFundMe account too, so that people can donate directly to the cause, which has made it easy for them.
Nice. I've heard of two really good ones recently. I'll just share because one is related to our maple celebrations across the Northeast that we're so fond of. A lot of folks holding like pancake breakfasts, or they're sort of volunteering at sugar houses and stuff and like allowing for donations to be picked up at sugar houses or mapling facilities. So that's one thought. The other one, I saw a great, it's a traditional sort of fundraiser that, you know, folks will order from and get the products sent right to them, but it's flowers. It's like bulbs and plantables instead of like, oh, buy this poinsettia or a wreath situation. It's things you can like figure out how to strategically put in your yard and make it pretty. So I thought that was a different, unique one. I don't see all of that often.
Yeah, I love that. Okay, Lauren, do you want to give the overview on what's happening with this one?
I can. So we are connecting with our folks at Text Less Live More, and they're going to host a specific training for our students in the Northeast and New England area to kind of kick off Distracted Driving Awareness Month, which is April. This is open to all of our chapters throughout the Northeast and New England, and it's basically like a training of the trainers. So any of the students who are, or advisors who are interested in doing Text Less Live More distraction-based programs are welcome to join. They're going to kind of give you like a 411 overview of how to produce these programs or use the programs in your districts or in your communities in an effective way, what kind of resources they have for you, things that they can provide or tack on, swag, whatever. So we'll have Marie going over that on April 6th at 7 o'clock on the infamous Zoom. You can find the flyer, which Christina, I'm sure, has already sent out, and the QR code is here. Just scan it, register, you're good to go. That's next Wednesday. Ew, April.
I know. Are we going to record this one as well, Lauren, do you think? Just in
We
case folks-
certainly are.
Great. So I will also share that after the fact if you're curious about what Text Less Live More is, or Dan, if there's ways that we might be able to implement some of SafeBae stuff. You know, you can review it after the fact and we can kind of see.
Yep, love it. I know it's going to be a big group share with all 4 of us today, so.
Yeah. So Renee, how's it going?
Sorry, I muted because it's dismissal time here and there's no way to shut off my intercom in my office. So I will try to mute really quickly if the secretary comes yelling across the plectron here. So things are going okay. We're working towards doing a Healthy Decisions Day. It's a half-day event at the middle school, April 15th, which is the Friday half-day right before April vacation. We've done this numerous times. As I explained to somebody yesterday on the phone when we talked about doing a presentation, they're from Healthy Androscoggin, which is our local coalition. But I feel like every time we do this, it's just a little different version of itself. And this year is no different. We actually decided to not include a keynote speaker. We just felt like, you know, of course, number one, we never have money to pay for them. But number two, we just thought, why stress out about this? Let's just get, you know, some activities and presentations in here for the kids. So our middle school is 6th, 7th, and 8th. You know, the 8th graders will have things that are more applicable to them, like seatbelt challenge, the OUI golf cart, and then also some presentations on social media. Hold on.
That's really unfun. I would have like digestive issues with that in my office all day.
Yeah. Well, normally all day it doesn't happen, but this is not, this is like the witching hour. But it's okay. We want the kids to go. We want them to go home. And then the other piece is doing like a vaping presentation for them. But I had talked to Christina via email about doing maybe roadblock. Nope. A school roadblock, which we've done in the past for different things, whether it's for texting or seatbelts or whatever. And so maybe trying to do something, it would probably have to be like the week after vacation. But I'll definitely plan to do the April 6th information night. But that causes me indigestion because we get parents that get upset because they're running late for school and then they're like yelling at you because you're stopping traffic. But it's okay. That's why I wear a gun, so that I don't have to worry about people feeling.
We do, and that's one of our suggestions too. I think later on is a text check. That's one of the events that you can do coming up here.
Sure.
So, and I fully plan on trying to, you know, attend. I think I let you know I'll be there at some point that Friday to help out. So hopefully I can some swag and things together for you in the meantime.
Yeah, and it's really a small window. I mean, which is nice for presenters because, you know, we really just will start, you know, and it runs about 2 hours from like 8:20 to 10:20, and then we're going to serve the kids like a bag lunch and then, you know, get them ready to get on the bus and head home. So so it should go well. Like I said, you know, I think we've tried to streamline it a little bit. We've hovered right around 5 or 6 kids when we have our meetings, so we're definitely working with a smaller group. So yeah, I think that's kind of it in a nutshell.
That's great. And Dan, I don't know what kind of networking you're doing up if you go up this far. I know you guys are kind of statewide too, but I can also connect you with Renee if you're interested in having any materials available for their Healthy Decisions Day or anything like that. I'm happy to. I live close to Renee's school, so I can easily connect with you and then bring materials up for you guys. But I'm happy to have those resources available for some of their upcoming events. I think in terms of, you know, what I'm hearing from a lot of the other advisors, obstacles is just time. Everybody is very, very busy right now. Everybody's got so much going on. We've been slowly getting back into the world again, you know, and students are all over the place. Like it's been a lot. So hopefully some of our small, medium, and large ideas coming up here will give you some inspiration on things that you might be able to handle in fast little bursts, which is all it seems like we might have time for.
Segue.
Yeah. So here's some what we've got. There's our big communications calendar. If you haven't seen this yet, let me know. It's usually in every newsletter, but I can happily distribute that again. All right.
You want me to take April? You can take May.
Sounds good.
We'll run a great time. So, you know, Distracted Driving Awareness Month, we already talked about that. So you'll be seeing a lot coming out, particularly from Text Less, Live More. The easy discussion here is just, you know, show up to the April 6th event. It's already taken care of for you. Very simple, easy event for SADD. That's it.
I know, Renee, you'll be interested in prom and grad season stuff. This is always a big time for a lot of our staple events. One of the easier things you can do is have a PSA pizza party. Get your group together, 5 or 6 students or 1 student, and have them invite friends that are possible chapter recruitees, and have them enter the contest. Talk about the dangers of underage drinking and get some free pizza out of it. And if you need anything,
sounds good.
Let me know. I've got some money to work with. I can maybe get those pizzas taken care of. So just keep me posted.
Perfect.
Nice.
I will. And that's what I was thinking too, is, you know, the roadblock thing would really be, you know, we would have a SADD student with the officers just to try to, you know, count cars, see how many kids we get, hand out like a literature or something else. We've done it before where they've gotten like Smarties, like, hey, you're a Smartie for not texting or whatever. Try to show, I watched that video that you sent, the Text Less, Live More, and it's a pretty short video, but I watched that, and I could definitely see if we can, during enrichment or advocacy, try to have each group, each homeroom or whatever, try to watch that too, and then give the teachers some discussion points or statistics or something.
Yeah,
So,
that would be great. And let me know if you need any help with collateral or anything.
yeah, absolutely.
I actually love that idea. If there are folks looking to do small stuff like that, we could very easily get you the Text Less, Live More videos. If you do video announcements in the morning, or even if you want like announcements that folks still read off old school style. Yeah, we can totally make that happen for folks. That's easy.
Yeah, they do a printed announcement every day that the advocacy teachers, some will print them and post them, and others will read them. So, you know, any of that would be great. And then May prom, you know, we'll do another sticker shock before prom and graduation. And then every year I say I'm going to do it and I keep forgetting, but I had through somebody, I have stickers that go on like corsage and boutonniere that you know, give to the florist. So I've got some of those. I've just got to find them and dig them out and actually make sure I deliver. I've got a florist that lives right on my street in the neighboring town, and I'll definitely get those to them. So
that's awesome. Yeah. All right. So medium, mid-range.
Mid-range. Yeah, mid-range. A little bit more enthusiasm, I guess we'll call it. Setting up a pledge drive. So this one's actually pretty easy too. Setting up a table, you know, having a banner. If you have butcher paper, like from the art department, really easy to just kind of roll this one out, design something cute, slap a sticker on it for Text Less, Live More. You know, if you give us a shout a couple weeks in advance, we may be able to send that stuff out to you. I know that they have some stock at the TLLM store. So we can probably get you some of those big stickers and bracelets, maybe even a giant banner if you're really looking to go crazy. So that's a pretty easy one and easy to host too. You know, you can just have a QR code out there. They can scan the code and sign the pledge virtually, or you can have it out there where they physically sign everything or sign the banner to engage in that activity. That's an easy one.
So for May, we've got picking any number of our Rock the Belt category events. If you're unfamiliar with Rock the Belt or it's been a while, I recently, luckily for everyone, just did a presentation to our Maine Bureau of Highway Safety on what Rock the Belt is. So I'm happy to send that along too, because it does have a lot of ideas for small, medium, and large ways to kind of tackle this bigger campaign that they're essentially smaller little events that fall under the umbrella of our Rock the Belt, including, you know, Chalk the Walk, door decorating. You can do seatbelt selfie campaign, which usually happens. We try to pair that up with Click It or Ticket and work with our local law enforcement officers on that. But I have a ton of info on that you'll be getting from me in May. So keep your eyes peeled about that. But if you're interested ahead of time, let me know too.
And then moving on to our big ones, I know, Renee, you're already putting this together, but a text check before and after school, or before or after school, sort of announcing the results of the scan. Keeping accurate data is actually a really good one for this. So I do have chapters that do like one in September and one at the end of the year to kind of see how things have changed and what your efforts are doing. But it's always a good one to do a text check, or you can do a seatbelt check and kind of rope in the Rock the Belt curriculum as well, or do both. I mean, that's also fine. Honk and wave kind of situation, something that's like a physical activity that you're outdoors actually checking cars.
And then May for prom and grad season, again, we've got kind of our version of the prom promise, the prom pledge cards from SADD. You can distribute them leading up to the event. You can post them, do posters, fact sheets, tables, any way you can use the event to also, or the tabling to recruit future students is always great. So I try to have information about when the next SADD meeting is going to be, some marketing materials, but it's really just this one is a larger event because it does take a little bit more time, but it's still not, it's not a heavy hitter. It's not one that's going to require you to have a really large SADD chapter to run. And Lauren and I are always happy to help any way that we can, make sure it happens. I did find banner poster at Target. It was $4.99. And you can make it look however you want. It looked really great. And that was just a little bit faster than, you know, waiting for something to get ordered. So I do have resources available.
I also really like, I'll just kind of highlight the Please Return on Monday guide that folks at ACT Missouri, I believe it was, put together, who also run a SADD chapter. So it's sort of co-SADD sponsored. It's a really good guide. They put it out every year, and that's got a ton of activities and stuff in it as well. I've got a couple links to it in my classrooms. I'm sure Christina has them also. So like, give us a shout if you're looking to really blow out some prom and graduation related materials. The money side of things, everyone's always looking for fundraisers this time of year, especially for Disney. And one of my very favorites is in April, the Donut Drive Distracted. You can sell donuts or host a fundraiser like Krispy Kreme with a national chain. It's really simple, and who doesn't buy donuts? Let's be real. You can throw stickers on those boxes and, you know, or wrap up the donuts in like a wax paper thing if you're selling them individually with Donut Drive Distracted messages. I had a couple chapters that have invited a donut truck to come on site and like do a whole event with the donut food truck. There's some folks out there that actually do those as nonprofits where the food is free. So like, it's very easy to engage the students. I love this one. It's very simple, and it's donuts.
I love that too. That's amazing. You know, it might be more like Dunkin' here, maybe. I'm trying to think if I've seen a Krispy Kreme.
Dunkin's big in the Northeast.
I feel like I can't walk like a half mile without seeing a Dunkin' Donuts though. So they might be a good person to head up for this. I also love Maze because we do this at home. I love doing the fake drive-ins where you get the projector and then you set it up. I know Brunswick near me does that in the park. And I think that's a great way. You can sell tickets, you can sell refreshments, you know, you can get donations from local businesses for things, you can do raffles. So you can really, there's a multi-revenue streams from this one event. That's very exciting. So I love that.
Also have some schools that couple this with pre-prom activities. So they'll do like a lock-in kind of evening and do like a setup like this in the gym where they just do this huge sleepover more or less, and kind of set it up that way. So lots of ways to think about that one. Really simple. Thoughts, comments, questions, concerns, things to talk about? Anyone hungry for donuts? Because now I want them.
Yeah, I do for sure. Well, and you guys have already been
I think
great.
Yeah, I think as always, great ideas, and you know, definitely good reminders on other things that are available out there. I do love the donut, so I'm definitely gonna, sorry, that's my other computer. I'm gonna definitely see what I can do to maybe combine that with the PD for like cop or something like that.
Ooh, yeah, a good coffee with a cop would be lovely.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and
Big
keep me
fan.
posted too on all of that, Renee. I'm happy to see if I can flex some of the SADD national leverage to get some corporate donations. I'm always happy to reach out to see if folks are willing to provide things.
Yeah. And I know that there's at least one donut food truck because I've seen them. My cousin has a food truck, and when he goes to the Eastern Prom down in Portland, I know I've seen it there before. So again, that might be something to try to incorporate, a community event, but also along those, because, we all know it's great to try to get the kids, but they're not the only ones out there that are driving distracted. So,
and they're learning from the people that are.
For sure. That might be a good way to kind of get some PR with our SADD kids, is to do that and have the SADD kids there as well. So
yeah,
great idea.
You can even see if they'd let you like co-brand their sandwich boards for when they're at like a festival or something. Maybe they'll just let you slap the SADD logo on there with a donut drive distracted kind of thing and put some flyers in the whatever. Like, there's 1,000 ways to go about that.
Yep, absolutely. No, that's awesome. Thank you.
Yeah. This is our quick reminder / beg and plead that if you haven't already updated your membership for this year in the SADD portal, please do so ASAP. We need to make sure that your students get all the cred that they deserve for this year. And then you all are official, and we won't bother you again until September. We promise, like literally all I ask of you. If you need help with that, just let me know. I know the portal can be wonky, so we're happy to like get in there and do whatever we gotta do. Obviously, we think you should also join the Slack. We obviously put all this stuff in there, all the tips, tricks, things you can do, talk about, ways to engage with each other. It's sort of kind of taking off. I'm seeing more folks in there all the time. So fingers crossed, go on in there, chat with your peers, follow us on social. We're always doing fun stuff. Although, that's hard to kind of grapple with when we're talking about distraction and digital dependence. We get it. So if there's one thing you follow on social, I guess follow us. Sorry, shameless plug.
Responsibly, right?
Follow responsibly. And if you need us, you know how to get us. That's what we got for you for this. Any meeting.
Any. Yeah. That's really. It's awesome for you guys to show up, and for sure let me know any ways that we can collab or that I can connect with people. And Renee, keep me posted on all the stuff you guys are doing. I want to make sure you're getting good credit.
I will.
I'm supporting you however I can.
More?
Yep. And we'll definitely take some pictures the day of so we can get those out there. And I have not done this thing, I don't think yet, so I've written it down so that I can do that. So.
Oh, the chapter update stuff?
Well, the Slack, isn't that the where we communicate with each other? And yeah. So awesome. Thank you guys so much.
You're so welcome.
And Christina, what I'd say is, like, if there's certain schools or communities in which you have events coming up, let me know, because I'd love to get SafeBae materials out there. I think there's like a natural overlap between sexual violence prevention and prom seasons in particular.
Yeah, for sure. I would love that. And I'm looking at ways too to try and integrate some of your know before you nude stuff into our text less live more with schools, with more community centers. Schools are I've had a couple of reactions where they're like, oh, that's a lot for schools, but we're going to work on them. It's going to happen regardless. So I'm going to try to integrate it however I can. So I will keep you posted on all that. And I know there's another event. I have a student leadership presentation event that's happening in the Biddeford area on April 19th. And I'll send you details for that too, Dan, just so you can have a chance to connect. I'm sure they would love to have you guys, or have just materials from you guys there. I think Dan froze, but it's fine. We'll connect offline after this. And
it brings up a good point, though. April is also Sexual Assault Awareness Month, so it's really important to be thinking about these themes and bringing in pieces from partners and folks like SafeBae who are able to provide this education absolutely for free. I'm going to toot their horn like a whole lot because I think their program is phenomenal. So I highly recommend going to find me and Christina, because we've both been in touch with the SafeBae folks and are on board with this. If you want to get yourself trained or get your students trained and being a better bystander and standing up and knowing what to do, being able to prevent these sort of like issues in our communities, in our schools, it's really important. So highly recommend SafeBae as a resource.
They've been great. Thank you, Lauren,
for
connecting us. They've been awesome.
They're so good.
All right, Renee, well, we'll let you go so you can go back to all of
All
the
right.
1,000 things that you have to do, but you and I will connect, but I'll see you in a couple weeks too. Yay, in person.
Perfect.
Yay.
Yes. Thank you so much. Bye, guys. Take care.
Bye.